John Peter, what's up, bro? How you feeling, man? Let me do my poll question in here. Entertainment, learning slash growth. Let's see, what brings you to YouTube? Entertainment, learning, growth, community. All right, we got the question in there. Let's go. Let's get breakfast started, man. Get some eggs, some spinach. Fourth wall, what's up, baby? How you feeling, fourth wall? Gotta cut up a little onion. How y'all doing out there? Hey, you got it, John Peter. No problem, brother. We're gonna do it a little bit different today, man. We're gonna let I want to hear some topics that you guys think are interesting. I want the viewer to pick a topic today, and we're gonna talk about that topic, yo. What's up, Javier, man? How you feeling, man? Just cutting up a little onion, getting my spinach, my eggs right, you know what I mean? But we're gonna do the Breakfast Club a little different today. We're gonna let the viewer pick a topic. The only rule is the topic cannot be a divisive topic. Hey, doing pretty good, Javier. Doing pretty good. I'll be doing better once I start eating. We're doing pretty good. Doing excellent. Topic working in silence. You said the topic is working in silence. Is that your topic? That's what I'm talking about, Javier. Yeah, man. Fourth wall. You said that you want the topic to be uh, working in silence or how to work in silence. Give me an angle. Fourth wall. Can we talk about food? What about food, John Peter? It's got to be a topic that we can kind of discuss, go back and forth, and kind of grow together. You know what I mean? Cutting up these onions, trying to cut them up without crying. But they get you every time. The onions make you cry every time. What's going on, Josh? How you doing, man? Why you should work in silence? Why you should work in silence? Well, since you brought it up, uh, since you brought it up, fourth wall, uh, tell us why you think you should work in silence. Why do you think we should work in silence? JJ, you making chicken? That's what's up. Javier, what's your favorite food? Favorite food's got to be a good steak with some fully loaded mash and some sauteed broccoli and butter. But you can't go wrong with other foods like like a nice burger, but not no cheap burger, like a real burger. So this is the onions. We're gonna chop them into the pot onion. Peter said diet foods. We talk about diet foods a whole lot, John Peter. Um, so I'm not against diet foods, obviously, right? But I was trying to give them a topic that we usually don't cover. You know what I mean? Javier, same here. That's what's up, bro. I was trying to cover a topic that we don't usually cover. Grow gang in the building. Look at all my people. Hold on. Let me say what's up to them. Same state. That's right, Javier. Alabama. What's up, baby? Aunt Mosey. What's good? Jotanai. What's up, man? How you feeling? Medium rare. I'm medium well, Javier. Fourth wall. If you tell everyone everything, you start to lose motivation. Hey, I like that. I like that fourth wall. So listen, we're doing something different today. We're gonna let the viewer pick the topic. So the first topic, no, John Peter, you good, bro. The, the first topic is gonna be why you should work in silence. The first topic is why you should work in silence, yo. Yeah, it is kind of rolling. The onions is rolling too. Got to get them onions. All right, so we're gonna talk about. We're gonna pick a topic. You guys are gonna pick a topic, and we're gonna talk about that topic for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. So the first topic is by Fourth Wall. Why you should work in silence. So let me ask you guys. Why do you think that we should work in silence? He made up a good point. He said, I'm going to put his comment, I'm going to pin his comment. We're going to take our time with this, all right? We're not going to rush. We're going to take our time, have fun, enjoy the food. Lena, what's up? So I'm pinning his comment. I want you guys to comment on Fourth Wall's comment. Appreciate you, Javier, man. We appreciate you coming by, man. Are you new here? If you are, man, let's go, let's grow. Let's do it, baby. Welcome to the Grow Gang, huh? That wasn't supposed to happen. Nice to see you too, Lena. Jotin, I said, gotta work in silence because the best way to spur plans is early stages. So work in silence into the part. There you go. Listen, listen. There you go. I shook the onions too hard, but I only lost a couple pieces, so we good. But I like that comment though, man. Work in silence and wait till the project is starting to roll. You know what I mean? A lot of people. Lena, my dog, how you feeling? Javier, welcome to the Grow Gang, and also welcome to the Breakfast Club. Do I remember you? I do remember you, Lena. Where you been at, Lena? Where you been at? So Jot and I brings up a great point. If y'all see it, right? He said in the early stages, you don't want to be telling everybody your dreams, your goals, and your visions, man. You know why? You know why you don't tell everybody your dreams? Let me tell you why. Come here, come close, come close. Because everybody's not a dreamer. Hello. Everybody's not a dreamer. You could be telling people stuff, and if they don't know how to dream, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna try to kill your dreams. You know what I mean? Don't you remember me? I always join the chat. Lena, I remember you, Lena. I'm just messing with you. Philly Talk, we doing good, man. We're letting the viewers pick topics today, and we're gonna talk about those topics. So check the pin message out and jump on in, man. Welcome. It's not even morning, and I got breakfast in my mind. Hey, Javier, you know why? Because you at the Breakfast Club, bro. Let's get this spinach in here with the onions. Remember, onions cook a lot slower than spinach. It cooks a lot slower than spinach. So you put your onions on first, and then you got to give them onions and spinach a little water, man. All right, let's see. I learned this the hard way for sure. Let's go, let's grow. That's right. Make sure my mic is up loud enough. All right, there we go. He said he learned this the hard way. Yeah, fourth wall. You can't tell people your dreams if they're not a dreamer. You know what I'm saying? If they're not a dreamer, they're gonna kill your dream, man. They're gonna tell you why you can't. They're gonna tell you why you shouldn't. And a lot of times, people are projecting what they can't do on you. So you got to talk to people that are like-minded that also want to grow as well. That's very important. Great point. Great point. I love it. Great point. Does anybody else want to touch on that topic, man? Most of the stuff I just started doing YouTube in terms of live streaming and all that. But everything that I've done as far as building and things like that, I've been doing it kind of low key. Social media is like a newer thing, but I've always been a behind the scenes kind of guy. You know what I mean? Very true. That's right, Josh. Lena says, I want to be better at mathematics. Hey, Lena, you keep practicing, you're going to get better. That's a fact. It's not if, it's when. Let's go. But you know what I mean? Everybody's not a dreamer, man. When I tell people stuff that I'm doing, they're like, when I used to tell people stuff I was doing, they were like, oh, bro, well, what about this? What about that? And I was like, bro, what if it does work? How about that? You know what I mean? You start telling them, you start spreading yourself thin. Now you gotta report to certain people and tell them how the progress is going. And if your business isn't going as good as you want it to, then they start to make comments to discourage you. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to move in silence and let the work speak. That's what should really be speaking. Your work should speak. You know what I mean? Your work should speak. I feel better because of your motivation. Hey, listen, I love that, Lena. That's why we're here. Hey, Josh, you got to get Discord, bro. You're going to have to get it, bro. So you understand how we do the live streams. You're going to have to get it. You got to get it, bro. Exactly. People always default to negative side effects. There you go. Jatana, it's called projection. It's called projection, man. That's what people do, man. Sean Gaiman, what's up, man? It's called projection, man. You know what I mean? It's called projection, man. So we're cooking down those onions and spinach. This is how we're looking right now. Super simple. Let me turn the camera so y'all can see me. Yeah, it's called projection, man. People are usually projecting their own fears onto you and making you think because it's not working for them, it won't work for you. You know what I mean? But that's why, like Fourth Wall said, sometimes you just gotta work in silence, man. Let the people see the results. You know what I mean? You don't need validation from anybody. If it ain't God, you don't need validation from anybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. But yeah, that's the first topic, man. Why you should move in silence. All right, somebody spit out another topic. I lost. Hey, I'm glad you found your phone, bro. I'm glad you found your phone. Fourth Wall, thank you for that topic. Somebody else spit another topic out. A topic that we can all learn and grow from. Spit another topic out. Lena, I do know who that is. I do, Lena. It's not something I really listen to, but it's sad for what happened to him, though, you know? I never want to see somebody get hurt like that, man. That's very sad. Very sad. But y'all spit out another topic, man. All right, so the onions is cooked down. We're going to add some ground turkey to the batch. Let that cook down. Love the hat. Appreciate you, Sean Gaiman. Appreciate you. Oh, Josh. Yeah, it's just for for how we operate in our procedures and things like that. That's all. Everybody got to be in the know, because we're gonna keep growing. That's a fact. When you grow, you gotta, we gotta grow together. All right, so we're gonna turn that turkey up. You guys go ahead and pick the next adulting. Okay, Jatanai, expound on what you mean for adulting so we can tackle it. Hey, y'all see what Aunt Mosey said? Let me go ahead and pin that just because he's speaking that real, real. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, let's grow. Gang, gang, gang. That's right, Lena. Oh, you asking your mom? Okay, Sean. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, let's see the next topic. Let's talk about the struggles of transitioning to adult. I feel like you're ready. Okay, so I'm gonna pin your message. All right, we're gonna pin Jatanai's message, right? We're gonna pin that, and we're gonna talk about why adulting is becoming harder as the generations change. You know what I mean? So he has an interesting point right there too, where he says, "Okay, Lena, you take it easy." Sean Gaiman, all right, bro. So he says the average age of people leaving their parents is like 34 now. Okay, so Jatanai, since you came up with the topic, go ahead and tell us why you believe that is, and we're gonna piggyback on it. Let's go. We're gonna piggyback on Jatanai. He brings up an interesting topic. Lena, will you be my friend? Lena, if I could sing the song "You Got a Friend in Me" from Toy Story, I would. Welcome to the Grow Gang, Lena. You got a friend in me. Let's go. So, Jot, you go ahead and let us know why you think that is. And we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about it. Age is just a number, Josh. Hey, you're right. But the statistics are really showing, I don't know if you want to call it a decline, or maybe you can just call it, there's some challenges and some struggles that there might not have been back in the day. The main is finances. However, I also feel like motivation got on. Yes. So Jatanai, great point. So I'll tell you what I think, right? I think that sometimes parents project their fears on their kids, and instead of developing them, they baby them and make them feel like they can't do anything or they're not capable. And I think what that does in turn is it makes the kid dependent on the parent rather than actually preparing the kid for the world. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between, taking care of a kid and preparing a kid for the world. You know, if you don't teach them, right and wrong. So if you act like everything is okay, they can do no wrong. They can do this or that, and there's no real consequences. You're not preparing them for the world. You're preparing them just to be happy with you. You know what I mean? What you said? Will, please show the weather. We it's hard while I'm cooking though, Lena. I got a hot pot. We don't want the house to burn down, Lena. We're trying to stay safe. I know an old used to friend. I know an old used to be friends with his mom. Wasn't looking for him to go anywhere for at least. Yeah, exactly. It's like enabling, right? It's like an enabling thing where you enable you enable the kid to not feel like he needs to grow up, and then he just sticks around because he's used to that kind of care rather than breaking out on his own. You know what I mean? That would be my thought process. Anybody else want to weigh in on the topic? I think, did I pin your message? I think I pinned your comment. Does anybody else want to weigh in on the topic? I think it's a very interesting one, for sure. And preparing them to go with their own lives, and their tax will also going up. So I guess you think it's like a financial one, Josh? You think it's more financial? Hey Leo, what's up, man? How you feeling? I'm doing pretty good, man. Uh-oh, camera angle. Zoop. All right, so the turkey is turkeying. I'm gonna put a top on the top, and then I start eggs on this pan right here. But we got some interesting topics today, man. Hey Leo, we doing pretty good, man. How you feeling, man? All right, let me change the playlist a little bit. So I think Aunt Mosey, is Jatanai's message pinned? Is it pinned up top? So that's the turkey, onions, spinach. Turkey, onions, and spinach doing pretty good. Adding a little of the usual. You know what I mean? Oh, it's pinned. All right, perfect. Aunt Mosey, did you want to weigh in on what he's saying? Doesn't have a car either, job, walking distance. Okay, Josh, take it easy, bro. Anything in his life was just spoke. He said he didn't need anything fancy. Yeah, see, man, listen. It's not even about fancy, you know. But they say that. They say, they don't need fancy, but the reality is independence is a part of growth, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely thankful for the topic, man. You're right about that. You just listening? Okay, John Peter. It's cool. All right, so that turkey's almost done. We're gonna do the eggs next. Jatana, you still here with the topic? Aunt Mosey, if Jot is still here, he can explain it to you. But it's the topic is mostly about if I had to make it simplified, right? The topic has to do with why are people developing later in life as an adult or becoming an adult later in terms of their thinking, their responsibility, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So that's the turkey, spinach, onions, something great to complement your eggs with. Plenty of protein, plenty of fiber, plenty of flavor. Let's go. Better cook than my mom. You funny, bro. Moms be throwing down, bro. All right, we're gonna get like a few eggs also. I think I got the eggs already. Matter of fact, Got a pack of eggs here. Sean Damon. She said she getting a hat. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Yeah, I think with that topic, I think is he still here? Ja, if you're still here, let me know. If not, we'll move on to another topic. Okay, you still here? Okay, so Ja, explain to Aunt Mosey a little bit in detail, or make him understand where you were coming from with the topic. I think it's a great topic, though. By the way, just so you guys know, man, this is Jotani's music in the background, man. You're trying to make me feel better? I feel great, John Peter. I feel great, brother. Oh, I get what you're saying. You're trying to make me feel like you're ready to come back to Discord. I got you. I got you, bro. Listen, it's consistency, bro. You know? But interesting topic for sure. Um, Interesting topic for sure. I think most people don't think it's necessary to grow up because they've been coddled. Sometimes, if your parents had a rough childhood, they'll do everything in their power to not make you have one. So they'll baby you until you're very reliant on them, and you don't want to fly, little birdie, fly, fly. You know what I'm saying? So that's my theory. Um, and I notice as time goes on, I also think social media can make you feel like a kid for too long too. To be honest with you, because everything's at your fingertips. You don't feel like you have to work hard for anything. Everybody wants to be lit. Like everybody's lit. Oh, we lit. We lit. If you want to be lit, be consistent. Consistency is lit. Consistency is so lit, man. Consistency is lit, man. IPL. What's up, IPL? I think I'm missing y'all's comments. My bad. Let me check y'all out. I appreciate you, IPL. You look cool too, man. Caesar Blanco, what up, man? Welcome to the Grow Game. As I try to help you food and getting faster. That's what's up, John Gaming. That's what's up. Roski said consistency is key. Consistency is key. Consistency is lit, man. Let's go. You know why consistency is lit? People, you're not lit unless you're consistent, man. You're not lit unless you're consistent. Consistency is what's lit, man. Come on. Y'all grow with me. Grow with me. Consistency is lit, man. Getting up and doing the right thing over and over, that's what's lit, man. Listen, I'm not even mad at who don't like it. I understand that it's controversial, but I'm gonna be that guy. Consistency is lit, man. Let's crack these eggs. I'll never forget. Talk. They try to about 30, 13. Let's crack these eggs, man. Want to make sure y'all can see it though. See, look, you can learn how to do anything online. People say they can't cook, right? Look, we're gonna crack the egg for you. One crack on the bowl, split it, and let them drop. Crack, split, and let them drop. This is for everybody that either can't cook, or getting ready to move on their own soon, right? Sean gave me in school. It was the end of the day. We spent a whole hour with my friend. Swing by him. Swing by who, Sean Gaming? Because of pride. About the Raiders. Love is the greatest. Archie? Who is Archie, bro? I don't even know who Archie is. It's Squeezy. What up, man? Every day about 30. I think Aunt Mosey, did you see Johnson I's comment? By the way, if you're just coming in, we're letting the viewer pick the topic and we just running with it today, man. That's what's up, Sean. We letting the viewer pick the topic and we running with it. Let me see. Did Aunt Mosey see what you said? For clarification, I just wanted to know what is the ultimate casualty of people being with their parents longer than 2020, longer now compared to 90. Oh yeah, yeah. You know, Jock, people had to grow up a lot earlier back then too, man. Times are a lot different. You know what I mean? That's for sure. Like back in the day, maturity was a totally different game. Let's go, let's grow. Thanks for having me today. I gotta head to work. Okay, Jock. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Listen, who's picking the next topic? Who's picking the next topic? You saw the clarification. Good. Who's picking the next topic for today? I usually beat eggs with a fork, but the spoon is already being utilized. Hey, Aunt Mosey, this is what you asked for. You asked for other topics, and here we are. Let's go, let's grow. All right, let's do it. All right. So we got the ground turkey, spinach, onions. Are you making eggs? Yeah, I'm making eggs too, for sure, to go with it. Well, who's picking the next topic? We need another topic for the discussion. Let's go. Who's picking the next topic? Yeah. Some interesting topics. Let me read the poll question while we wait on the next topic. 56% of people are on YouTube for entertainment, 25% for growth, 19% for community. Makes sense. Okay, Sean, take it easy, bro. Let's go. Retro Life. What's up, Retro? How you feeling, man? Retro Life in the building, man. Aunt Mosey said something. learning, growth, and entertainment. That's what's up. That's what's up. Javier, I remember one time I was in high school, I was with one of these two guys and give one water and he spills it on our friend's head. Oos, man, said, man, you drink it, oos, not pour it on your little, what? Javier, you guys are funny, man. You guys are funny, man. Who's got the next topic for our discussion? So far, we've talked about working in silence, growing in silence. We've also talked about uh, the development, why people take longer to develop nowadays in terms of getting on their own. There's some economical things, there's some family things, but we're letting the viewer pick the topic today. We're letting the viewer pick the topic today. We'll keep it a little different, keep it spicy, but we're letting y'all pick the topic today, man. In 1 month, I lost 2 inches waist just following diet. There you go, Akash. There you go, bro. There you go, bro. The eggs are nice and fluffy. You know what I'm saying? Back, I just walked. Okay, Sean Gaming. Okay, for sure. So, Aunt Mosey, you got a topic, bro? No sugar, no carbs. Listen, bro, you doing it, bro. Hey, strawberry ice. I thought we addressed that last time, strawberry. I thought we told you what to do. We told you to confront them and be honest. We talked about that. Man, let's talk about that. How about that? Let's talk about that. She just brought up a topic, right? Let's talk about the power of honesty. Let's talk about that. Being honest with yourself, man. I think that's a lovely, lovely, lovely topic. Being honest with oneself for personal growth and development, strawberry. Morning, my brother Jeremy. What's up, baby? Yes, but can you say the words to use? Uh, I don't know your relationship, so it's hard to say what kind of words to use. But if you're trying to find out if you should say it, you definitely should. Now, how to say it, you know your husband better than I do, so you know what words would work better than I would. I never. You shouldn't take social media too serious. I guess a backup topic. Fourth wall. Um, you got a backup topic? Jeremy Garneau. Top of the morning to you. Yeah, strawberry ice. I would be honest as possible and deal with what that comes with. I think honesty is important. I think honesty is healthy. So I would be as honest as I possibly could, without getting overly emotional, and try to be logical. But it's tough, man. That's a tough situation. It's a very tough situation. All right, so let's get these eggs over here. Let's get this turkey on here. Let's go. Let's grow. That's right. That's right, Aunt Mosey. Okay. And so Fourth Wall has a topic about taking social media too seriously. Fourth Wall, go ahead and elaborate so we can jump on it with you. God bless you too, Strawberry. Yes, be honest, Strawberry. Listen, Strawberry, you've been talking about that for a while. I think you should hit it head on. I don't think you should waste any more time. I think you should really hit that situation head on so that you're not suffering every day. You know what I'm saying? Just hit it in the belly. Hit the situation right in the belly, man. You know what I mean? But don't take. I love how you interact with the elder. Hey, thank you, Strawberry. One of my gifts. I like to help the people that feel like they're forgotten. People that feel like they're not seen or forgotten. Those are my people. That's who I look for. I like to help the least of these. Let's go. So, hey, there you go, Strawberry. Gather your emotions. If you pray, Strawberry, make sure you're praying and make sure that you are just being honest. Because you know what? If you're honest, you can't lose. If you're honest, you win. You don't lose. Fourth wall. So social media making people got it. A guy flashing a band, and that's all the money he's got in his account. Like, makes you a bit. You're right, fourth wall. Social media is a gift and a curse, bro. I agree with that. Anybody else want to tap into social media? Uh, I think I totally agree with what you're saying, fourth wall. I'm going to pin your first comment, I believe. I'm going to pin your first comment. So fourth wall is saying, and one time, okay, Strawberry. So that's what's going to get you going. That's what's going to keep you going, Strawberry. Keep it going. Yeah, Javier, that's a wild encounter right there, my brother. That's super wild, man. What did you think, Javier? What did you think about what what do you think about what fourth wall is saying, Javier? Do you have any opinions on what fourth wall is saying right now? I think he's making a valid point. Viking woman in the building. Okay, I got to make sure all of these things are cut off. Good, good. All right. What we're not going to forget is we're not going to forget to make sure we get that cup of bone broth while the toast is toasting. But right now, we got the turkey, we got the eggs, the turkey with the spinach and onions. We got that going. Yeah, Strawberry, don't delay no more, Strawberry. Gather your emotions, pray about it, and hit it head on so you can be free. So you can be free. Sean Gaming, it is morning here, Sean. In fact, it just hit 8 o'clock. That was the time where I had the stream scheduled for, but ain't no rules, bro. Ain't no rules. Honestly, I agree sometimes, but he got a point. I mean, watching YouTube right now. I guess what he's saying is like as a whole. I believe he's talking about as a whole, Javier. Like content sometimes just used for content. I get it. I get it. It's viewership. It's not always real. So Sean Gaming, where are you located, bro? It's nighttime. Bone broth. We're gonna nuke that. 30 seconds. Social media can be addictive. It sure can. It sure can. I think it depends on what you're watching, right? What you're looking at, what you're entertaining, all those things. Balance is key. That's right. And I think it depends on what you're watching. Like if you're watching things that make you better, that's great. But if you're watching things that make you bitter, not so good. So I think it all depends on what are you watching? How's it making you feel? Is it making you grow? Is it making you a better person? You know what I mean? Jeremy, what do you mean creepy, bro? I think it depends what you're watching, right? Fourth wall. I think it depends what you're watching. Is it making you better or is it making you bitter? Anybody else want to comment on why you should or shouldn't take social media so so serious? I think it all depends on what you're watching, what you're feeding on. Anybody else got any more comments before we transition to the next topic? Drinking out of the cup of the best Disney movie ever. There you go, Aunt Mosey. There you go. Javier, I actually I actually like rap, but I don't listen to mainstream rap. I don't listen to rap. I don't listen to any rap that glorifies killing. I don't listen to hardcore rap. I listen to a certain kind of rap, brother. I hope that helps. Since I've been watching this live stream, yeah, I'm going to the gym, and I'll be asking for advice, fitness advice to apply what you say. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. Since you've been watching this live, so fourth wall, I guess you would agree that it depends on what kind of social media, right? I love social media. It helps me with my anxiety. It's positive for me because I watch the right people. Viking woman just said it, y'all. Viking woman just said it. She watches the right people. That's the key to the whole thing. Watching the right people makes all the difference from what fourth wall is saying. You hit that on the head, Viking woman. Bone broth. First thing, down the hatch. First thing. So watching the right people, that makes a big difference. That makes a huge, huge difference. So let me ask you, Viking woman, uh, should people take everything they see on social media serious, or should they kind of go on a case by case basis depending on who they're listening to? Jonathan, what's up, Jonathan? Jonathan, today we're letting the viewers pick the topics. And then I just got to pick if the topic is, I think it's interesting enough for us to talk about. Definitely case by case. That's right. Nasir, what's up, man? Definitely case by case, right? So social media can be a good thing and it can be a negative thing. It depends on who and what you're watching. So I think Fourth Wall has a point. I think Viking Woman has a point. I think it just depends. Pranks, yeah, they're just doing pranks for views. I think that people like to see that kind of stuff. So people do what they think people like to see. That's just how it goes. You know. Listen, it took me a while to get used to social media. I didn't understand, a person coming on, a random person talking junk to somebody they don't know. I thought that was weird. Like, how do you jump on a stream you don't know and you start talking crazy? I thought that was crazy. That was a crazy aspect. You dig? All right. So who's got the next topic, y'all? If you got a topic you think is worth talking about, that's going to help us grow together, put it in the comments. All right, so we'll make a small smoothie to go with this. Not too big. Where did I put that cup? Oh, there it is. That look good. I'm gonna steal from the screen. Hey, I got you, Javier. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. Let me put it where you can see it. All right, let me get. Cooking. That's right, man. Listen, we're gonna keep it consistent. You know that, Gene, Jonathan. Fourth wall. I totally agree. Also talking about like people who stay in the fancy houses or yeah, yeah, true, true. It can be a delusion though. You don't really know what these people live or if they're in an Airbnb. You don't really know. Um, but it's content. Like people like what they can't have, so they'll click on things that make them feel better because some people like what they can't have. Some people think it motivates them. Some people say, "Hey, it motivates me to watch this." So different strokes for different folks. I think, like Viking woman said, I think it's a case by case basis, super case by case. All right, so we're gonna go to another topic, y'all. So you guys pick another topic. Put some topics in the comments. The food's my true love. That's funny, bro. Go ahead, John Peter. So we're gonna pick another topic, and we will. Jeff's YouTube. What's up, man? We'll pick another topic, and then we can discuss it. Everybody trying to change their looks using Botox fillers. That's a very interesting topic. Put a one in the comments if you think um, that the body cooking a good topic. Oh, true, true, Jonathan, true. Put a one in the comments if you think that body enhancement is getting out of hand. Put a two in the comments if you think that body enhancements are just where they're supposed to be. One in the comments if you think it's out of hand. Two in the comments if you think it's right where it's supposed to be. We'll do cooking next, Jonathan. I'm coming back to read the comments, but I want to let y'all put them in there. Let's see what you say. Hey, thank you, Strawberry. Appreciate you, Strawberry. Viking said, "Oh, everybody thinks it's getting out of hand." Okay, we got all ones. So which do you think is getting out of hand? Do you think it's the? Do you think it's the? Do you think it's the enhancements in terms of like plastic surgery enhancements, people changing their face, um, people changing their face, the Botox, the BBLs, or do you think it's the steroid usage, the HGH steroid usage, or both? What do you guys think? I'm listening to y'all today. Put it on. Let's go, baby. Viking woman says the Botox is getting out of hand. Fourth wall says the BBLs are getting out of hand. Botox, okay. Do you have children treat in USA? I don't know what you mean children treat. Like you mean like children snacks? Collagen. I'm reading y'all. Josh said the Botox is getting out of hand. Okay. Okay. So what would you guys say? I'm still reading y'all. Aunt Mosey, did you say anything yet? Fourth wall to the steroids, especially. True, true, true. Let me ask you guys this. Do you think that fitness influencers or people that are promoting products, do you think they should disclose that they're on steroids or that they had enhancements? Javier, it depends on You got to come around a little more. I don't just do requests for the one day guy. If you're like a consistent person, I might do it, bro. You got to work a little bit, bro. I might just do it, but you're new here, bro. So you got to be in the grow gang for a little while longer. Okay, so you think they should? You think they should? Okay, so Josh. Okay, Aunt Mosey. Okay, changing feature, skin color, guy. Mate, I agree with you. So you guys tell me, why do you think they should disclose if they're selling a fitness product and they're on steroids? Why do you think they should disclose it? Why do you think they should disclose it? Remember you asked this once before? I did, Jonathan. But new people and it's surrounding the same the topic. So yeah, rookie Javier, but don't worry. You'll just take your time. Godzilla, what's up? All right, so why do you think they should disclose it? Jonathan, I remember you answering, but I don't remember anybody else's answer. Um, and it's only because we're on the topic of enhancements. You know what I mean? So why do you guys think that they should disclose it if it's all about just making bread? You know, get the right song. I'm aiming for the right song. All right. When's your next live? What's today? Wednesday? Probably tomorrow, Javier. All right. He says because if you think if because I think if you're taking steroids, of course you're going to say that you're not on them. Right, but why should they have to tell the people that are buying their program if business is all about making money? Why should they have to tell anybody? Jonathan, unrealistic gains, right? So they're kind of selling you that you can get to something without actually getting to it the natural way. Is that what it is? You think it's dishonest? Fourth wall says because there's delusional, you start comparing yourself with them. And there's some people out here that generally get results without steroids. Those people are more inspiring. I agree with you. I agree with you. But if it's business, by the way, I agree with you guys. But if it's business, right? Javier, I appreciate you coming by, man. I appreciate you coming by, Javier. Welcome to the Grow Gang, baby. You dig? If business is about making money, they're going to say, why does it matter if I'm using steroids for business? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna say I'm using it for business. So what's the big deal, right? What do you guys say to that? They say business is about making money, and this is what makes me money. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So if you're natty and you struggle to get bigger, then yes, take them. What if they say that they were not like I don't know about that answer, Josh, because you're saying don't take them, but if you're natty and you're struggling, take them. What if you're just not supposed to be that big, bro? Like something is genetics, bro. What if you're not supposed to be that size? Yo, rip his muscle gym rats. Hold on, analysts. We talking about an interesting topic right quick. I think men feel inferior if they don't have muscles, and that turns to this. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Do you guys see what Josh said? Do you guys agree with Josh? Do you guys agree or disagree with Josh, and why? Josh says if you're natty and you're struggling to get bigger, you should take them. Then definitely stop taking whatever you are taking. I don't understand. I'm not sure what you're saying, bro. Yo ripping muscle gym rats wanting to be Tesla. Yo ripping muscle got their workout house. Yo ripping muscle body. Analyst, you funny, bro. You're funny. Fourth wall says you're selling lies and you're inadvertently harming plus the side effects. Agreed. Agree with that. So I'm still trying to understand what Josh is saying. It seems like Josh is saying uh, there are other ways. Yes, there's definitely other ways. But I'm trying to understand because not everybody is meant to have a certain muscle size. Not everybody's meant to have a certain muscle size. So I guess I'm trying to find out like is it is it subjective? Is it like you know what I mean? Like one, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it subjective? Is it case by case? Like I'm trying to understand that. But you should research on steroids before you want to buy them. So Jonathan, I'm not sure your position though. Joshua, not Jonathan, Joshua. I'm not sure your position. Are you saying steroids are good for some and not good for others? You sound like you're torn in between the two, bro. And plus, this is a journey. This is the problem with most people. I'll tell you the problem. Most people go on social media and they see somebody in shape and they want those results right away, not realizing that person has been working out for more than a decade. It takes time, it takes a journey, it takes injuries, it takes learning, it takes failing. It's been a whole experience. You can't want those results overnight. That's the issue. That's why people jump on steroids. It's not because they're trying and it's not working. It's because they're not trying long enough. But yeah, Jonathan, are you saying you should take steroids if you're not getting big enough? I'm trying to understand. Viking woman says, is it rude to ask someone if they're natty or not? To be honest with you, Viking, I think the only people that get triggered by it are the ones that are not. Um, I don't think it's a bad question if you're natty. It's in there already. It's in the air fryer. You know what I'm saying? I think the only people that get triggered by that question is if they're not. Steroids in tablet form is good, but injection. Josh, have you been studying steroids? Who told you that the tablets are good, bro? Who told you that the tablets are good? Out of curiosity, where did you learn that the tablets are good? And by the way, I'm not a hater. I'm just curious. Like, who told you that the tablets are the better versions? Well, who told you that the steroids are good in the first place? You sound like you may be on the edge of taking steroids, Josh. It sounds like you're in I do some research, okay, and the research told you. I've never heard a person say that steroids are good. Never, not one piece of literature. I have not read one piece of literature that says steroids are good for you. Not one, bro. And I've been doing this for like 16 years. I haven't read one. But listen, whatever you plan to do it responsibly. You know, I'm nobody's advisor, but as far as steroids are concerned, big no for me. I think you just need time. I could tell you're thinking of taking them, but you just started lifting and you already want to take steroids. You just started lifting, Josh. You didn't even give your body a chance to develop at all. You're just resulting to fast results. But listen, to each their own, man. I'm not here to condemn, to each their own. Just be safe, my friend. That was the topic. So just be safe is all I can say. Be safe. And Mosey says I can carry 5 centimeters a minute, but a dude almost 3 times my size and look and can carry four. What is it? What I try to identify is unnatural gains are a fat joke. Yeah, man. I mean, if you get it fast, it ain't gonna last. That's a bar. And you know what lasts? Consistency. Consistency lasts. That's what lasts. Consistency. Consistency is what's lit, man. You stay lit by staying consistent, man. Why do you want to take them? That's a great question. That's a great question. Jano Blase, what's happening? What's up, man? What's up? Yeah, that's a bar. Listen, if you get it fast, usually it doesn't last. You know what I'm saying? Usually it doesn't last. You gotta put the time in, man. It's a journey, man. Life's a journey, man. Life is a journey. YT Fortnite kid, what's up? Hey Jano, look, bro. Let's go, let's grow. We in there, baby. We in there, baby. Look at the smoothie, man. The smoothie is smoothie, man. Plus, it's more rewarding when you get muscle without steroids. Josh, you want to be a bodybuilder or a powerlifter? It's a good question. That's a really good question. Well, listen, to each their own. Listen, I'm not trying to make anybody think that my way is the right way, but I will say this. When you do the results or you get the results the right way, I had a friend from to get my body fat as low. Appreciate you, Jano. Uh, Josh, but how do you know you can't get your body fat low naturally? That's what we're pretty much asking you. Like, you just started lifting at the gym, so how do you know? How do you know you won't get it if you just stay the course? If you plan on competing, then I understand. Competing is a different animal. But that's why I never got into competing because I didn't want to take steroids. The coach told me straight up, he said, listen, we can get you in amazing physiques. You tried for 10 years. Hey, Josh, I thought you said you just started working out at the gym, though. Regardless, y'all, no biggie. No biggie. Listen, the topic was um, it was about social media and it was about Botox, steroid usage, et cetera, et cetera. Now you good, YT man. Welcome back, bro. Welcome back. Strawberry says, "Why do men feel insecure if they don't have big muscles?" I think it goes back, Strawberry, to social media or seeing. So, Josh, you're 23. Josh, you're 23, bro. I didn't know you were 23, bro. That's right, John Peter. Let's go. Let's grow. Listen, you're 22. So why you can't have Discord, bro? Yeah. Listen, we just got to the point where we were talking about, hey, do we think it's outrageous all the enhancements? Listen, if you want to be enhanced, hey, it's everybody's decision. It's no big deal. But hey, regardless, I think that topic got smashed pretty good. I think we can move on to the next topic. What do you guys think? I think we can move on to the next topic. Let's do it, Jonathan. All right, Jonathan, your turn, bro. We're putting you on the spot. Bring out a topic, bro. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you, bro. But yeah, Let's go next topic, man. Listen, that's why we talk about these kind of things, man. I think it's healthy when you can talk about things that might be a little controversial, but not to divide, only to grow. That's the difference. We're not doing it to divide. We're only doing it to grow. Or you had cooking. What angle of cooking did you want to hit, Jonathan? What angle did you have in store? What angle did you want to hit, my brother? You can go many angles with cooking. So, what angle did you have in mind? All right, let me get this plate. Drop these couple items upstairs to the family, man. Got to get a little waiter table around here, a little waiter tray where I be serving them. All right, let's see. You're welcome. Share with mommy. Oh, no, put it over. You're welcome. All right, time to eat, man. Time to eat. But yeah, Jonathan, what angle of cooking did you want to hit? I think cooking is a more civil. It'll be more civil. I think cooking will be more civil, bro. What you think? I think once we start talking about steroids and Botox, I think everybody got triggered. But it is what it is. Listen, if you're trying to please people, social media is the place. But that's why I'm 50-50. Just that it brings people together. I agree. Would you say cooking or food brings people together? Because I know people don't want to be there for the cooking part, but the eating part, they gonna show up and show out, bro. But I totally agree that food brings people together, man. I agree with that, 100%. But what angle were you trying to go so that it can be a discussion for everybody? What angle? So we can jump on that angle with you. All right, we finally got to the spot. Let me see. So we're gonna show y'all what the breakfast looking like. All right, there we go. Let's go. Let's grow. Y'all see, look, we talked about it. We finally did it, man. Let's go. Let's grow on a t-shirt, man. That's what we did, man. We talked about it, but we actually did something. Fourth wall, pre-time. What's up? Fourth wall. We're gonna find out what angle that Jonathan's coming from, and then also we're gonna also go to another one from you, bro, because you've been coming with some good topics, man. I can't lie. Okay, Ryan Clifton, man, you have a good day too, bro. Blessings, bro. Blessings. But check out breakfast, y'all. We here. We got breakfasting. You already know the smoothies with us. Let's do it. hmm I used to visit Mexico. They're all about family and food. Jonathan, yes, family and food is great. I think it's great. I think you can even, if the family is eating together, having family time together, and they also exercising together, I think you got a strong nucleus, man. You know, because food is good, but I also think they need to have some physical activity to kind of complement it, just so everybody can stay in their best, you know, the best version of them. Hold on, let me say grace. Let's go. Let's do it. Vanessa, what's up, Nessa? How you feeling? How you feeling? So the topic right now is how food brings people together. Um, I think food does bring people together. I don't think that's even one bit of controversy. I think everybody would agree with that. Food is passion and family's foundation. I love that. Aunt Mosey with a bar. Let me go ahead and put a pin message up there with that. That's love right there. Let's go. Anything else you want to add on that, Jonathan? It's food is kind of hard to expound on because food just is, you know. It's a hard angle if you don't pick one, you know, because there's no real spot to sit on. Laugh, good food and spirits, and how food can bring you. Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. I know this food bringing me together. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go to the next topic. We're gonna pick another topic, y'all. What else y'all got? It feels good to be able to kind of sit back and let you guys pick topics for a change. I'm gonna have to do this more often, man. John Peter, tell your wife we love her back. Who's got another topic? It could be fitness, it could be family, it could be lifestyle. It could be whatever, man. Let's go. Let's do it. Fourth wall. You got another one? Aunt Mosey. You got one? If not, I'll pick one. Fasting is a good one. Okay. Go ahead. We'll talk about fasting. Aunt said we'll talk about fasting. Let's see what we can come up with. Cheers, Mike. Fasting is discipline. Agreed. Abstaining from food. Okay. Are you saying why we should fast? Is that like an everyday thing? Is it a spiritual thing? Is it, you know? Let's open up the topic. Let's open it up, baby. It'll be hard for me to speak on it right now as I'm clearly not abstaining. But what are y'all takes? What is your take from fasting, you guys? Do you think it's an everyday thing? Do you think it's a spiritual thing? Do you think it's a seasonal thing? Eva Watson. What's up, Eva? Best conversation at the dinner table? How was your day, John Peter? Normalize just asking your loved ones how their day was. Normalize that. Eva, how you been, my friend? We're doing random topics. Eva, I got some turkey with onions and spinach, eggs, sourdough toast, and you know the smoothie always smoothie in Miss Watson. Eva, look what came out, Eva. We had it on paper, now we got it on the body, man. Nice, smooth material. So it's not hard. Good for working out. We got it done, man. We got it done. We got it done. Been working out, staying out the heat wave. Listen, I ain't mad at you, my sister. Let's go, let's grow, baby. Fourth wall says, while fasting can be anything that detracts you from God, if that's what you're trying to say, not just food, unless you're a heavy eater, it can be your phone, entertainment, watching TV. You have a point there, bro. You definitely have a point, bro. Okay. Um, Aunt Mosey, I just read what you said. That's right, Eva. That's right. We want to make sure we had some font that spoke to you. So you said, so Aunt Mosey, fourth wall just talked about how you can fast from many things, right? Um, but you say you heard some. I've fasted before a bunch of times, a lot of times. I think fasting it definitely does build mental and spiritual fortitude. I think some people may do it to their detriment rather than to their help, something that makes them better. I mean, I think there's many benefits of fasting from a natural standpoint, a spiritual standpoint, even for your mind. Fasting from things that you watch that make you feel a certain type of way. Listening to certain things, you can fast from what you're listening to, what you're watching. I also think that fasting from food gives your body, your digestion, some time to kind of recalibrate itself. So there can be many benefits to fasting. I don't subscribe to it being the only way of eating. Like how some people do intermittent fasting. I think it's good for some people. I don't think it's for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Eva. Appreciate you, Eva. I just put these up on the link in the bio at Buy Me a Coffee. Um, I was just getting my shipping stuff in order before I told people to go and purchase. Yeah, we just got these in a few days ago. All based off the slogan that we've been talking about here on social media, man. So I appreciate all y'all support, y'all love. Y'all inspire me to keep going and keep growing. You know what I mean? Do you have any takes on fasting, Eva? You just make my night. Hey, I'm glad, John Peter. I'm glad your night is doing well. Um, does anybody want to say anything else about fasting? Again, I don't subscribe to everyone needing to do it every single day. I do think that it's good to use periodically for spiritual reasons, for natural reasons with your health. And you can do it every day. I just don't think everyone has to do it every day. That's just me, though. Fourth wall, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, if we're being honest, right? You need to take a break from things that consume your mind. You need to. If you have something that consumes your mind, you need a break from it. Because if it's consuming your mind and it's not making you better, you need to take a break from it. And sometimes you need to take a break off it. Eva, I agree with you. I agree with you. And I think it depends on the kind of food too, right, Eva? If you're eating food that slows you down, um, it's probably highly processed. I think people can start out by fasting from processed foods, only eating whole, minimal ingredient processed foods. Um, and then you can work your way up. Got you, Eva. That makes sense. That will do that, you know. Um, Sometimes things just happen. I've seen people who eat all organic, they eat all the right foods, and things still happen, you know. So I don't think there's a perfect diet. I do think there's a better diet, but perfect. I've seen people eating the perfect diets and still have issues. So I think life be life, and but we keep going and we keep growing. You see, there's different types of fasting for different purposes. Um, Aunt Mosey, I'm sure there is, right? I'm sure there is, right? Do you want to share like what kinds they said? What you got in there, bro? Something good. What's up, Mike? You mean in the cup? The whole meal is smashed, bro. All I got left on the plate is these sourdough toast, bro. But we had some eggs. We had some sauteed spinach and onions with some ground turkey, and to cap it off, we're gonna get that antioxidants in there. Dry fasting. Appreciate you, Mike. Appreciate you, man. Dry fast, restricting from both food and liquid intake. What about it, Aunt Mosey? Got back from a trip back to the gym. Carl, how was your workout, bro? Did you go get him, Carl? Somebody asked me, do you ever have cheat days? I have cheat meals. I do have cheat meals, yes. But a whole day, nah. I don't want to eat bad for the whole day. I don't even feel good when I eat bad for the whole day. Now a cheat meal, I'm gonna smash that. That shit was crazy. I went all out techno and squat PR. That's what's up. I just put a video out just so you guys know. You guys want to check it out. Eva, Prakar. I put a quad finisher video out. It's only 2 minutes long. It's like a minute and 50 seconds. But a video on how to finish out your quads to get a nice pump. Y'all check that out. Daniel fast is selective fast focus on fruits, vegetables, water, abstaining from meat, sweets. Yes, I've heard of that at Mosey, and I've done one before. There are different kinds. I'm gonna say all three to your poll. Oh, okay, Prakar. That's what's up. No, my back was thinking time for thinking ahead. No, my bad was thinking. Eva, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you're saying there. Um, yeah, Aunt Mosey, you say you never done one before? I agree, fourth wall. Chip, what's up, Chip? I agree with you, Fourth Wall. I agree with you also, Aunt Mosey. Eva said no more backwards thinking. That's right. That's right. I agree with you, John Peter. So, Aunt Mosey, um, are you going to try one or are you going to try a fast? That's what I like about sourdough. Nice, crispy edges. When you toast it, it has minimal ingredients. When you toast it, the edges come out real crispy. Okay. So yeah, Aunt Mosey, when you try it, let us know so we can either try a fast with you or you can let us know your progress. You know what I'm saying? But that's the topic on fasting, man. I think it's cool. John Peter, I agree with you. I think fasting is helpful. I don't subscribe to everyone needing to fast every single day from food. But this is what I will say, Aunt Mosey, to all my people in here. I'll say this: whatever is making you bitter and not better, you should be fasting from every day. How about that? Whatever is making you bitter and not better, you should fast from that every day. Let's go. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that one? You like that one, Jonathan? I'm gonna cut that piece out and make it a short if you guys agree with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for me personally, I don't wait for a certain day. I try to make it a lifestyle of fasting from things that weigh heavy on me that don't accelerate me to be better. Like people separate it, they're like, oh, that's my spiritual day. That's when I lock in. You know what I'm saying? I feel like for us that's trying to grow, we should be trying to lock in on the things that make us better each day. Cool Sing, what's up, baby? Eva said electric. Eva, by the way, welcome to the Grow Gang. Listen, if you're here and you've been a part of the Grow Gang, you know what time it is. If you haven't heard yet, our people that come by here and show love, you are now a part of the Grow Gang. So you growing with us. You going and you growing with us, man. Let's go, let's grow. But that's really what it is, y'all. The things, places, and people that hold you back, you should lock in and try to weed those things out so you can get better. I made a video a long time ago about battery life, right? I look at our day like how we look at our cell phone. You know, your cell phone, you got battery life, right? For your cell phone. What's up, Shadow? You have battery life for your cell phone, right? There's two things that we pay attention to on our cell phones. We pay attention to our internet working, and we also pay attention to our battery life, right? Internet, battery life. Internet, battery life. Internet is how we connect to the world. That's how we connect to the World Wide Web, right? That's internet. Battery life is how we get our energy, how we're charged up, right? So we only get a certain amount of battery life every day as a person. We only get a certain amount of battery life for the day, right? So you should be using your battery wisely, and you also should be connecting with other people that are like-minded. You need connectivity, which is your internet on your phone, and you also need the energy or the battery life to sustain yourself so that you can have positive conversations, so that you can work out, so that you can make better diet choices. You can just be in a better mental state. Shadow, I'm from Florida. It's morning here. Shout out to you, right? So check this out. Now, this is the difference. Hey, Shadow, hey, we like you, but try not to spam, all right? Try not to spam, bro. So listen. So with battery life, what drains your battery on your cell phone? Put it in the comments. What drains your battery on your cell phone, y'all? We about to grow right here in this moment. No, you're good, Shadow. It's all good. Just answer the question. What drains your battery on your cell phone? Drop it in the comments. You're right about that, Eagle. You're right about that. Drop in the comments what drains your battery on your cell phone. We're gonna help somebody today. YouTube, agreed. What game, John Peter? Which game you talking about? You guys drop in the comments what drains your battery. Eva, 3, 2, 1. News, training programs, work stuff. Okay. Okay. Uh, from a general standpoint, what drains your battery? Like, not specifically like an app, right? But let's just say apps. Apps drain your battery, right? Shadow, where you from, man? So apps drain your battery, right, guys? Social media drains your battery, right? Calls, like phone calls. Phone calls drain your battery. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth drain your battery, right? Shout out to India, Shadow. What about the background apps? What about the apps that are in the background that you're not using? You know how you go to the thing on your phone and you can hit close all apps? They're in the background. Apps are draining your battery too. Now let's get to the point. It's Telegram and YouTube. Okay, so apps. Okay, so the same things drain our batteries, right? I'm going to apply it to us naturally, right? Stay wired. That's right. So when your battery is drained, what do you do? What do you do when your battery is drained on your phone, on your tablet? What do you do? What do you do? When your battery is drained on your phone, what do you do to get more battery? We got some smart people in the chat. We just charge it, right? Right, Shadow? You charge it into a power source, right? What's up, football? You charge it into a power source, right? Don't worry, we're going somewhere. You charge it, right? So the question is, this, right? What is draining your battery as a person? And then what are you plugging into to recharge your battery? Shadow, type exclamation live. Type exclamation live, Shadow. Not keeping enough juice and not letting it fully charge. There you go. So the question is what what's draining your battery? And then also what is charging your battery, right? Because if you're not charging, you're not going to have enough energy to do the things that you need to do to make yourself better. And if you have those background apps in your life, those negative people, negative situations, the job that you've been working for the last 10 years that you hate, uh, the people that come around that you don't really like, but you hang around them because you're comfortable with them, those things are draining your battery. Shadow, exclamation live. Netchi Gang, what up? Arrero Hollow, what's up? How you feeling? You think you're starting to see the picture? Okay, I'm gonna keep going. So your life is like it's like a cell phone. You only got so much battery life each day. You got things draining your battery, and you need to charge. The same way your battery dies on your phone, you need to charge. The same way you have background apps on your phone, and if you don't close all those background apps up, guess what? They start to suck the life out of your battery. So you know what you got to do, man? I appreciate you, Shadow. Shadow, hit exclamation live. Can somebody help Shadow out? Somebody put exclamation live in the chat so we can help Shadow out. I appreciate you, Shadow. Eva say we got to plug it up. That's right. So that's the question for us today, since we brought the topic up of fasting. We have to disconnect things that make us bitter, and we have to connect things that make us better. That's what I think. I evaluate things in my life. I say, listen, is this making me bitter or is it making me better? And that's how I make a decision on if it should stay or not. That's for people, that's for places, that's for things. I heard this kind of analogy before, but it is to treat your body like a sports car. That's right, Jonathan. And not even just your body. What about your mind, you guys? What about your mind? What about your mental health? Right? What is a strong body with poor mental health? I'll tell you, it's half of the man. But a strong body, a strong mind, right? That makes a whole person. Arreo says my life obligations are draining me every week. Life is hard, bro. Life is hard. I tell you that much. But listen, I'll also tell you this. There are ways to change your thinking, and there's ways of changing your surroundings to get in a situation that is a little more manageable. Don't give up. Eva says exactly, I love your classroom. Eva, you always come when I'm doing these kind of things. But I feel like it's helpful for people. What do you guys think? You guys think these conversations are helpful for people? Drop a one in the comments. I should have said, drop a lightning bolt for Grow Gang. That's what I should have said. Drop a lightning bolt in the comments if you feel like you're charging up. Real talk. That's right, Arrow. You know what I noticed? I noticed that on social media, not a lot of people like real talk, but that's okay. You got to be here for the ones that want to grow. That's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? So, real talk, treat your life like a battery on a cell phone. Make sure You're disconnecting the things that's sucking your battery, the people that is sucking your battery, people that only want but don't want to give. Stay away from those people. They're only draining your battery. The people that want, or only want to be for themselves, separate yourself from those people. Separate yourself from the jobs that only abuse you but don't want to make you better. Start pulling back from those jobs. I'm not saying quit, but pull back and start to either create something for yourself or find a job that's more appreciative of what you have to offer. Relationships. You're in a relationship that's just draining you all the time. It's time to start looking yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I deserve better than this. I've been there for this person. I show love to this person. I take care of this person. If they're draining your battery every day, guess what? They're not for you. They're making you bitter, not better. Right? It's hard. I'm not saying it's easy, y'all. Nothing of this is easy. Being in shape is not easy. Right? But I'm telling you what's worth it, not what's easy. Let's go. All right. And then what are you plugged into? That's the question. What are you plugged into? How are you charging? How are you charging the battery? The battery's got to get charged, y'all. Netchi says it's been hard, but essential for me to do. Yes, Netchi, you got to do it. Listen, especially a person like you that has so much to offer humanity, you got to cut the cords, Netchi. Eva Watson said it right there. Cut the cords. Burn the ships, cut the ties, y'all. You got to do that. I just pinned that comment, man. Cut the cords. And I got to plug into things that are making me better. Yeah, I keep my friend group small on the rooms a lot in. Like Aristotle said, yeah, there you go. He said, he who has many friends has no friend. You're right about that, Jonathan. You're right about that. I'm meeting my friends online. I'm meeting my friends online. Netchi, that's right. Listen. That's the next question. As you're cutting the cords, Miss Watson, Jonathan, Netchi, Aunt Mosey, all my people, John Peter, Areo, Shadow, as you're cutting the cords, the next question is, what are you charging into? What are you plugging into? Right? What are you plugging into? From a natural standpoint, how you charge up is good nutrition. Good nutrition. From a natural standpoint, good nutrition, proper sleep. Proper sleep. Put a 1 there. They're healthy conversation, plus it helps you grow and stay on task. You're right about that, Eva Watson, but check this out, Eva. If you look at the poll question, most people want entertainment. Look at the poll question, yo. Then we'll see why these conversations don't pop. Look at the poll question, my friends. See the poll question? Most people want entertainment. Learning and growing is not their priority. I've been focusing more on sleep and getting back on schedule. That's what's up. That's what's up. How many people in here, if you struggle to sleep, type a 1 in the comments. If you get good sleep, type a 2 in the comments. If you struggle to sleep, type a 1. If you get good sleep, type a 2. We're going to help people here today, man. That's what we're here for. I see Netchi. I see John. Herrero. I see you, Eva. That's right. And Mosey. Okay. Have you investigated why it's hard for you to sleep? Have you investigated why it's hard for you to sleep? Have you did any research on what could possibly be holding you back? Mind over matter. Amen. Have you investigated why you're getting poor sleep? A Fourth Wall, thank you for sliding through, bro. Appreciate you, man. I'll see you on the next one, Fourth Wall. Jonathan, the question was, If you get good sleep, put a if you struggle to sleep, put a one in the chat. If you get good sleep, put a two in the chat. I'm doing my report after work at night. Oh, Areo Hollow. So you are you saying that's why you get bad sleep? Because you have to do reports and you're doing a lot of work? Excuse me. John Peter said, I pray before I sleep. That's good. But some people have general issues as to why they don't sleep well. I had to do it, drain myself. Yeah, man, listen. I had to do it. Yes. Listen, Eva Watson, a person will drain your battery whether they know it or not. It's for you to keep inventory on the battery drainers. Battery drainers don't have any remorse on how a battery drainer has no remorse on how much battery they drain from you. They don't really care. You have to care. You have to care. Too much load on my shoulders at the moment. Okay, I got you. Have you guys ever tried, for those that are struggling with sleep, have you ever tried magnesium to help you with your sleep? Have you ever tried magnesium? Have you ever tried some magnesium to help you? Plugged into moving forward. I like it, Eva. I like it. I like how people have different ways of thinking about it. For me, Eva, my faith has me plugging into my faith has really kept me grounded. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't always thinking like this, but I feel like me plugging into my faith kind of gave me that forward motivation and that forward movement. You know what I mean? But I know people are different. Valerian root works wonders for me. Areo, is that a pill or is that a powder? Or is it a tea? Or I just want other people to see it so they can do their own research on it. But magnesium, zinc and magnesium combination works really well. It gives you more restful sleep, even if you don't sleep as long. Areo says it's a capsule. Okay, so you guys, just so you know, do some research on valerian root just to see what it is. All right, I'm not telling y'all to take it because I don't know what it is, but check it out and see if it's something that can help you. I know for a fact that zinc and magnesium, if you get it in a capsule, it works for giving you more restful sleep and better recovery. Eva Watson, you listen, shout out to you with your book. Best wishes for you and your book, right? What about plugging into the right community of people? What about that? Right? Let's go practical here. What about plugging into the right community of people? What do you guys think about that? What do you think about that? You know, plugging into the right community of people, right? Having conversations that are forward, glycinate, chloride, magnesium, for sure. For sure. Empowering. That's right, Areo. Right? You are what your habits are. So you want to create good habits, but you are who you hang with. You who you hang with. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's hard to hang with a bunch of people that are thinking a certain way, and you think you're just going to be able to just hang around and not be influenced. Listen, we need one more like to get to 20 likes, y'all. Let's go. We need one more likes to get to 20 likes. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So what you plug into determines how you charge up. Your sleep, we got to 20 likes, y'all. Let's go. It determines your sleep, or your sleep determines how you charge up. The people that you hang around determines how you charge up. If you're plugged into a power source, determines how you charge up. You want to charge up so that you can be the best version of yourself. But I think if you start to unplug the things that are draining your battery, it's a beautiful start. Ryan the man, what's going on, brother? It's a beautiful start. So listen, I want you guys to drop in the comments right now, right here with me. What are things that you want or you think people should unplug from? What are things that people should unplug from in order to become a better version of themselves? What do you think? I sleep like a baby. Plus, I go to bed early. I be up at like 5, 6 in the morning every day. I guess I'm scared. Eva Watson, going to bed early is a healthy habit for getting good sleep. It's a healthy habit. Also, lowering the blue light before you go to bed is helpful. Lowering the blue light for your eyes before you go to bed is helpful. Areo says toxic people. That is a fact. Cutting off toxic people. Jonathan says less phone time. Listen, I thought I was good at cutting off toxic people, but there's another level of me that can get better. I thought I was good at it. But then when I do inventory, I say you can get a little bit better at it. How many people in here can get better at cutting off toxic people? Put a one in the chat if you think you can get better at cutting off toxic people. Put a one. I know I'm about to write one. Put a one in the chat if you think you can get better at cutting off toxic people. I got to put a one for myself. Let me see. If you think you can get better, put a one. We all can get a little better, right? I'm talking to the right people today. Nechi, Ant, Areo. So let me ask you guys a question. What makes it so hard? I have my own reasons, but what makes it so hard for you to cut off toxic people? And Mosey, that's me. What makes it so hard to cut off toxic people? I'll tell you why for me. I see you for sure. I'll tell you why for me. I think I dislike being left behind. It makes it hard for me to leave people behind. Okay, so I'm going to answer the questions piece by piece, right? So Nechi, you said you hate leaving people behind, Nechi. So Nechi, the question is, do you want to be left behind for someone else? That's Nechi's question. Areo says family relation. Areo, uh, if my family is making me bitter, then they're almost not like my family. Almost. Because family should be love, growth. Yes, we bump heads. Everything's not perfect, right? But I think you can have healthy boundaries with your family as well. I'm not saying cut them off and never talk to them, but I think you can have healthy boundaries. Yes, you got to have time for you, your connection with the higher power. That's important. That's for sure. That's for sure. Listen, you can have healthy boundaries with family members, y'all. Y'all don't think so? I know for a fact you can. Listen, I know for a fact you can have healthy boundaries with family. You got to remember something. You got to remember something. I got a secret for y'all. Y'all ready? Here's a secret. Here's a secret. You don't owe any human being anything. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. It might make everybody leave, but you don't owe any human being anything for the simple fact that they're just here and you guys share the same blood. You know what I'm saying? You don't owe them that. You don't owe them something for that. At the same time, there has to be love and connectivity in order for it to work. You learn it the hard way. Real, I learned it the hard way too. There's a lot of cultural pressure to pay back your elders. Nechi, listen. You have a great point, but check this out. Since you moved away, Eva, I love that. I love that. Toxicity cut down. Check this out, y'all. Check this out. Check this out. When two people have a child, right? When two people have a child, did the child choose to be here? Did the child come knocking? Hey, bring me into the world. Hey, mama, dada, bring me into the world. Did anybody ever see that? Does the kid knock? Hey, can you guys bring me into the world? You ever saw that? Have y'all ever seen that? Hey, bring me in the world. No. We have kids because we choose to have kids, or sometimes, things happen. But your kids didn't choose to be here. And guess what? Neither did you. Somebody else made a decision and they brought you here. So if you're not asking to be here, you owe your parents love and respect. You owe your parents love and respect. I didn't say a doormat. I didn't say manipulation. I didn't say abuse. I say you owe your parents love and respect. And that's absent of abuse, absent of neglect, and that's absent from things that bring you down in your life negatively. But that's it. You owe them love and respect. Love and respect does not mean you're a doormat. Love and respect doesn't mean you can manipulate me. Love and respect does not mean you can do whatever you want and I have to do whatever you say in terms of as you grow and you become an adult. You know what I'm saying? I don't use a lot of light because of my eyes. Okay, I got you. Right? There's a difference, Nechi, Areo. There's a difference between showing somebody love and respect and becoming a doormat for that person. Big difference. Agree, John Peter. Nechi said, great advice. Yes. Because I love you, it doesn't mean I'm a doormat for you. This is the Whole Man Chronicles with the Grow Gang. We growing in here. We growing mentally and spiritually in here today. Right? Doors. What's up, doors? Right? Showing love to somebody does not mean becoming a doormat for people. I had to learn that. I thought showing love meant I got to make this person happy. Do you know? I got something else to tell you guys. Do you know this? There are some people in life that you can give everything to and they still won't be happy. Did you guys know that? There are literally people that you can give everything to. And if they don't have internal happiness and peace within, there's nothing you can do to give it to them. What do y'all think about that? I've seen people get everything and still find out what they don't have. I've seen it. Nechi said takers will destroy you. Listen, Nechi, they will destroy you. And guess what, Nechi? When you can't offer anything else because they've taken everything, they're going to find the next giver to take over as well and destroy as well. Relationship is give and take. Relationship is give and take, you guys. Relationships, and I'm probably sharing too much today, but I don't care. Relationships are like a bank account. Your bank account is deposits, right? You deposit money, right? And then you withdraw money. Withdraw, deposit. Withdraw, deposit. It's the same way with the weight room. You withdraw your gains from the weight room, but guess what? You go into the weight room and you deposit. Oh, yeah. So with relationships, if you're in a relationship and the other person is only withdrawing, that is the wrong person. Oh my gosh. Right? Guess what happens when you only withdraw from the bank? They stop giving you money because you're withdrawing. Yeah, Nechi, we're gonna change that. If you go to the bank and you're like, hey man, I need $900, I need $1,000, and you've overdrafted, they're gonna give you a fee and tell you we can't give you no more money, man. So what makes us think that we can be in a relationship and we're only taking and not giving? That's crazy. And giving, like a piggy bank, that's right. Giving doesn't only mean monetarily. Giving means support, encouragement, love, and sometimes it's monetary. But you can't be in a relationship where you're giving, giving, and giving, and they're only withdrawing. That cannot work. It doesn't work. You're going to be the only one with the drained battery. You're going to be the only one with the drained account. You're going to be the only one feeling down. Meanwhile, they're feeling good. Listen, at that point, lick your wounds and cut it off. Relationships are like a bank account, yo. True, some people just can't see or appreciate because they're too obsessed with the issues. You're right about that, Arayo. You're right about that. Strawberry says respect and kindness is very important. That's right, Eva Watson. Big facts. It wasn't making me better, it got bitter. I got listen, that's exactly how life works. You're either getting better or you're getting bitter. That's exactly how it works, Nechi. And if it's making you bitter and not better, guess what? It's draining your battery and you're not becoming the best version of yourself. You're actually becoming a lesser version of yourself. You owe it to you guys. You wake up every morning, you got breath in your body. You owe it to you to start becoming the best version of yourself. Like Nechi said, takers will always take. I want to be an orange, not a lemon. That's right. Takers always going to take. That's what takers do. That's what they know to do. You know what I'm saying? Treat people how you want them to be treated. That's right. That's right. Takers know how to take, but do they know how to give? So that's an evaluation for us, guys. What is draining our battery? What are we plugged into? And are we in healthy relationships in terms of a bank? Is there withdrawals and deposits, or are there only withdrawals? You're gonna know that there's only withdrawals. You know the easiest way to know if there's only withdrawals? The easiest way to know if there's only withdrawals is if you feel drained all the time. If you're always drained, it's because people are always taking. Hello. If you're always drained, it's because people are always taking. I stopped paying attention to people that only want to take. If you come into a room or you come into a Discord group or you come into a live stream and you make the live stream only about yourself, you're a taker. You only want to focus on you and not knowing about anybody else. I stopped paying attention to takers because it only drains your battery, guys. And we got to charge up all the time. You're always charging your battery all the time. You have to charge your battery less if you preserve your battery. Okay, John Peter. Eva says you got to know who you are as a person and what you carry, and give others that allow what answer all your questions with the people in their dream. You're right about that. You got to know who you are. That's a fact. That is a fact. I'm aiming to be in the flow or in the zone. That's right, Arayo. That's right. Nechi said, I want to be an orange, not a lemon. Listen, listen. These are things, you know what I noticed? Strawberry says, how do you stop people from draining you? You have to realize, Strawberry, if you got to realize if the person is draining you, you have to start building up boldness in yourself to be able to say no. We learned a couple weeks ago, I think it was last week, The most powerful word in the English language is no. We have a hard time saying no. You know why we have a hard time saying no? Because we want everyone to be pleased with us. We want to please everybody. But if you please everybody, you start to drain and destroy yourself. So, pleasing people or being a people pleaser is what drains your battery. Strawberry ice. Become a God pleaser and not a people pleaser, and you'll stop letting people drain you. Become a God pleaser. Lay off of people pleasing, and you'll feel better. Let's go. Let's grow. That's how you do it, y'all. I feel charged up, man. I feel charged up. I've been in a couple relationships where I'm giving more than enough only for takers. Listen, the takers are going to take. It's not personal though, Aunt Mosey. Takers have been taking for most of their life, so it's not personal. It's what they do. They don't know how to. They don't know how to not take. They haven't been taught that yet. You know. So it's for us to uh, just know the difference. It's not, you're not going to have a perfect science. I'll tell you that much. But I do know if you're plugged into the right stuff, if you're plugged into God, if you're plugged into the right community of people, you'll have the support to be able to know the difference between the two. You know, there's a, you ever heard of the serenity prayer? The serenity prayer is, I think it's something like, God, give me the courage to change the things that I can. Uh, uh, Give me hold on. I think it's God. Give me the courage to change the things that I can, and also um, accept the things that I cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference. You know what I mean? Most of the times I try to do something without expecting returns. Nowadays, I'm trying to improve. Doors. I think doing things without accepting a return is okay from a monetary standpoint, right? Doors. Um, but I also think it's good to feel appreciated. So even if you do something for somebody, appreciation is healthy. So even if you don't expect anything back physically, which is okay, do you feel appreciated? That's the question. And takers don't know how to show some love to people. Yeah, Joshua, that's correct. They don't. They just take. They just take. I think if you're a giver, continue to give, but try to give to the right places. Give to people that need it. This is the solution for you guys. If you love to give to people that need and appreciate it. And then you can do charity as well. For people that don't know, you just do charity. But give to people that appreciate and try to reciprocate what you're giving in terms of love and appreciation. Okay, Fang TV, what's up, Fang? I think it's okay to expect appreciation. Nechi, I think it's human decency to show appreciation and acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't always have to be monetarily, but do you appreciate it? Listen, when someone does something for me, I don't want them to guess, does he appreciate me? Listen, listen, I don't want people that do things for me to wonder if they're appreciated. I'm going to make sure you appreciate it every chance I get, because I don't want you to think for a second that you're not appreciated. That's right, Doris. That's right. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want you to think that you're not appreciated. JR Jim, what's up, baby? What's up, baby? What's going on? You understand what I'm saying? Appreciation goes a long way, right? I don't want you to say, hey, I'm doing this for somebody. I'm not sure if they appreciate it. Listen, I appreciate people that even come by the live stream and chop it up with me. I appreciate you. You could be anywhere else in the world. You could be on somebody else's live stream. You're here talking and building with me. I appreciate you. I don't want people to guess that they're appreciated. Now, this is the thing. This is the thing. It's give and take, right? If you do something that's disrespectful to somebody, or you do something to make people uncomfortable in a negative way, then guess what? You may hear another side. You know what I'm saying? That's human nature. But the people that are good to you, appreciate them. I think they all started to take it as there you go. They do take it for granted. They do take it for granted. But you know what? If you take good people for granted, you're going to be left with the people that are just takers. If you take good people for granted, you'll be left with takers. I'm just telling you, you'll be left with takers. Show me your back. Nicholas Fernandez, what are you saying, brother? We're talking about life in here, bro. We're talking about going and growing. That's what we're talking about. Show me your back. I got videos on my back, bro. But that ain't what we're talking about today. But it's all love. Not just in fitness and anything you do. Let's grow together, push your limits, stay focused. There you go. There you go. There you go, JR Jim. There you go. There you go. I was telling somebody, yeah, for sure. I was telling somebody the other day about depression and anxiety, right? This is what I was telling somebody the other day. I was telling somebody, about Areo says like it's like there is an abyss inside them and everything is wrong. And there you go. There you go. There you go, Areo. Listen, I was telling somebody about the trap of depression and anxiety. Depression and anxiety, do you know what it traps you into? I'm going to tell you guys. Okay. This is something I was talking to one of my life coaching clients. And at first, he was kind of drawn back, like, what do you mean? But I told him this. I said, depression and anxiety makes you focus only on yourself. That's the trap. The trap is to make you only focus on the things that are disadvantaging you. And then you make everything about yourself. How I'm treated, how how she spoke to me, how they looked at me, what happened back then. And don't get me wrong, there are valid reasons. But the trap is when you're only focusing on how you feel, your emotions will rule you and not the peace of God. Your emotions will rule you because that's the trap of evil, to make you only think about the things that happen to you. And that's what leads to depression, anxiety, and all those things. You know what I'm saying? If you focus on you, you grow. If you focus on, hey, you're right about that. If you focus on you in a positive way, JR Jim, right? Because you can focus on the things that happen to you negatively. And if you only lock into the things that happen to you negatively, that will grow into depression and anxiety. You know what I'm saying? So that's the trap. The trap is to keep you thinking about the things you don't like. And it is a blessing, John Peter. When you focus on the things that you don't like, you attract what you are. That's fact. That's a fact. When you think about the things that happen to you all the time, it puts you in a mental state where you're unhappy, where you don't feel like doing anything. And it wears on you, and you start to get bitter and not better. So that's why I'm bringing it up. I'm not trying to tell people, their depression is invalid. I'm just saying when you stress the uncontrollables, it leads you to more uncontrolled depression and anxiety. You know what I'm saying? J.R. Jim says, I agree. A lot of things people focus on are out of control. That's right. That's right. And I'm just saying, hey, let's get to a place where we're focusing on things that we can grow from. The things in the past, some messed up things have happened to people in the past. I've come to the understanding that there's some things you can't control, man. One of the ways I get better at stress control is controlling the controllables and not stressing what I can't control. Be where your feet are. Be where your feet are. Not where they were. Be where your feet are. Arayo Hollow says to keep us frustrated. There you go. There you go. There you go. It's like a cycle, right? It's like a cycle. Think about this. It's easy to control. It's easy to control people if they're emotional or if they're upset. A person that is mad or upset all the time, it's easy to control them because you can trigger them with anything that you say. You understand what I'm saying? So you want to be a person that is clear headed, clear thinking, so that people cannot control you by trigger words or trigger things. You know what I'm saying? You have to leave it, can't control it. That's right, strawberry ice. All right, JR Jim, you take it easy, man. Thank you for adding to the conversation. Thank you for adding to the conversation. But it's easy to, in other words, what I'm saying is you got to guard your heart. You got to guard your heart because everything you do flows from it. Oh my God, that's right. Emotional control is prudent. That's right. People will trigger you, say things that get you triggered so that you feel a certain type of way so that they can come back and control you. So you know what you do? You take your emotional real estate. That's what I call it. I call it emotional real estate. Have your own emotional real estate. Don't let people in your emotional real estate. Don't let people in your emotional real estate, man. You deserve your space. You deserve your peace. You deserve those things. So you have to take real estate in those things. Healthy boundaries. What are healthy boundaries, man? Healthy boundaries are just like those things you see in the road that separate the two highways. Those are boundaries to keep people from treating you the way they want to treat you. Every day, when you talk to people, we teach people how to treat us. How many hats do you have left? John Peter, if you go to buy me a coffee, there's 6 hats left, bro. There's 6 hats left on buy me a coffee, brother. Preserving my mental has become so key. Naturally, you gotta do it. You got to do it, man. Or ma'am, you gotta do it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Why not? Mental health is on the rise. That's right. You know why mental health is on the rise? Look at the poll question, and that'll tell you why mental health is on the rise. Everybody, look at the poll question, and you'll see why mental health is on the rise. Check the poll question out.
Can you put the camera?
Cut it.
Yeah, can you put the camera?
Is it ready?
Mommy said you have
Ch-
to cut it.
Okay, tell I'm going to check and see if it's ready, okay? Because I don't want to cut it too early. Check the poll question out and tell me if you guys can see why mental health is on the rise. Is this thing ready? How do you know if a cantaloupe is ready? It smells like it could be ready. It smells pretty good too, man. Do you guys see the poll question? Netchi, Aunt Mosey, do y'all see the poll question? You guys see a possibility as to why mental health could be on the rise? I see it in the poll question. Action for a friend. Does anybody see it? Strawberry Ice, can you see it in the poll question? Why mental health could be on the rise? I just noticed something very interesting from the poll questions. Distractions over development. Look at, I love my team, man. I love my team. Distractions over development. Do you guys see that in the poll? Do y'all see that? Netchi got it, y'all. Netchi got it, y'all. Distractions over development. The reason why entertainment is the biggest, hit the poll and you'll see that entertainment is the highest percentage of why people are on YouTube. Less about learning and growth and less about community. Do you see that? Nettie said dismiss the pin comment. Y'all see that? So the things that make you better are on the bottom of the list, and the things that make you feel better are on the top of the list. I think there's a difference between feeling better and getting better. What do you guys think? I think you can feel better and get better, but I think you can feel better and not get better. I think it's not all one and the same. You know what I mean? But that's correct. Entertainment over self-development and growth. I didn't even know why I put that conversation or that comment this morning, Netchi, but I put it there, and it's so funny how it came back into full swing when we started talking like this. Distractions over development. So this is the cycle. The cycle is our batteries are getting drained, right? Due to ultra processed foods. You see it now, Ariel? So we're seeing food on the TV and we're seeing food on the commercials that look good, right? And then we start to develop a emotional relationship with food. So then we start eating foods that make us sleepy, don't make us feel better. Like I said, 10% of those foods I do eat, but we eat it all the time, right? And then you said, what brings me to YouTube, Aunt Mosey? The bottom two. The bottom two. So we eat foods that, don't make us feel good. We get overweight, or we develop things. And don't get me wrong, things happen. So I'm not saying this is the only reason why. I'm just giving a scenario, right? Things happen. I don't think, everyone that is having a health issue did something wrong. I don't believe that. I think things happen. But you do things that you don't feel good about, or eat things that don't make you feel better, right? And then what we do after that is we go and we find things that make us feel better. We're eating, but we're not nourishing. That's a bar, Areo. That's right. And that's what we do, Areo. That's what we do too when we're only looking for entertainment. When we only look for entertainment, we're eating, but we're not nourishing ourselves, right? We're watching, we're scrolling, right? We're scrolling and we're eating content, but we're not nourishing. Oh my goodness. You guys see where we're going with this? We're eating, but we're not nourishing on social media because we want to be entertained. We don't want to be changed. Netchi, I just got a new shirt idea, but I'll tell you the slogan later. Right? We're eating, but we're not nourishing. And that's what entertainment does. By the way, I'm not anti-entertainment, guys. I think entertainment is cool, right? Appreciate you, Jazz. We hope you have a good day too, a great day. Hey, Jazz, just so you go, look, Jazz is here. It's here, Jazz. It's here. Let's go, let's grow, baby. Astro in the building. What's up? So we're eating, like Areo said, right? We're eating, but we're not nourishing. Bro, young generation taking steroids so they can build muscle fast. What's your take? Doors, we actually talked about this earlier. My take is anything you get too fast will not last. Strawberry ice, yes. I've helped people lose lots of weight before, naturally. So yes, I have helped obese. Yeah, Doors, we talked about it earlier. What you do fast usually does not last. Areo. Areo said that we're eating, but we're not nourishing. And I just flipped it and said, listen, we do that with everything. We eat without nourishing. We watch videos without nourishing. We get entertained, but we don't get positive change, you know? So I think it's healthy for us to eat and get the nutrients out of what we're eating, whether it be eating it physically as in food or eating it as in what you digest in your mind, the things you watch, the things you entertain. Let's get nourishment, right? Let's get the nutrition. Let's get the growth. Why? Because if you keep going, guess what? You're going to keep growing. We know that for a fact. Grow gang know that for a fact, right? So that's the thought pattern, guys. That's the mindset. Getting out of the cycle, right? My people at Grow Gang, we're cycle breakers. We're breaking cycles as the Grow Gang. What is a cycle? A cycle is any circle of activity that keeps you out of being the best version of yourself. We're breaking all the cycles and we're getting better. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we do here. We're breaking the cycles. Because guess what? It is a choice. It's definitely a choice, Ariel. And it's the truth, though. It's the truth. It's a choice to grow. Growth is a choice. Do you want to know something? Hopefully. Depends on what you say. Right? There's a saying that I got a long time ago. And it's talking about change is greater than change. Change is greater than change. I think so. What do you guys think? If you agree, go ahead and put a lightning bolt emoji in the chat. Grow Gang, it's up from here. If you agree, put a lightning bolt in the chat. That change is better than change. Let's go. Cool now. That's right, Doors. Change is better, right? Listen, when I get the smart people here in the chat, I'm not saying other people are not smart, but when I get the intellects here, we have an amazing exchange where we just keep going and we keep growing. It's amazing. Astro with the lightning bolt, Mosey, Netchi, Areo, Doors, Strawberry. I see y'all, man. So that's why we change. We change so that we're not chained. What are the chains? The chains are anything that keeps you from being the best version of yourself. We're breaking them down, y'all. We're breaking down the walls. We're giving them the cuffs back. Right? We get dealt a bad hand. And we throwing our hand in and we telling the dealer to reshuffle that thing. Man. Let's go. Reshuffle. I got dealt a bad hand. Reshuffle. I'm not even giving you the cards back. I'm telling you to reshuffle. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we took that topic and we ran it into the great abyss. Does anybody have, just so you know, if you're just coming in, all of these topics were brought up by the viewers. I let the viewers pick all the topics today. So I didn't pick any topics. The viewers picked all the topics. So I got time for one more topic. If a viewer wants another topic for us to talk about, I got time for another one. What topic that we can learn or grow from do you want to talk about? Oh, your name is Kunal. Okay. I'm learning now, bro. Shout out to you, Kunal. What topic? I got this joint from Amazon. Y'all check it out. That's how I fill my water up. See this little joint right here? You like the Doors name, bro? I just call them by their chat name, you know. But Kunal, I got your name, Kunal. I got it now. Nechi, do you have a topic? What's up, Kay? How you been, Kay? You been doing all right? I'm about to pin Aunt Mosey because he always dropping bars. Always. You've been good. That's what's up. Nechi has the topic navigating and maintaining boundaries. I'm guessing that's with people, right, Nechi? How to navigate and maintain boundaries with people. Is that what you're saying? You know what's so funny? When I was wearing the other shirt, everyone was saying, man, they were like, man, when's your new merch coming? How come nobody's mentioning how raw the Let's Grow shirt looks? Why is nobody saying that? I don't hear anybody talking about the new merch. People are funny, man. But listen, navigating and maintaining boundaries. I love the topic. We're gonna delve into that. I mean, I got the name of a whole place from where I belong. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it is cool, bro. Doors Life with Kunal. I like it. I like it. Areo, yeah, we are focused on discussion. Not you guys. It was more so other people that would come in and say, "Hey, when are you gonna have some merch?" But you're right. This discussion is powerful. So let's get back to it. Um, navigating and maintaining boundaries. Navigating and maintaining boundaries. That's what we're going to talk about. That's going to be our it'll be our last point for today. Okay, here's the point. Here's the point, right? Nechi on the topic. Oh, you saw it? Nah, it's new. It's been a while. But when it comes to maintaining boundaries with people, right? Every day when you're with someone, you're teaching them how to treat you, right? They're learning, they're observing, right? So, I'll give you an example. When people come in the chat, they automatically know what's okay to talk about or what's not okay to talk about. We teach them what's cool here and what's not cool here. That's the same thing for you guys. Pattern recognition. That's right. When you're with someone, whether it's a friend, whether you're dating, whether it's your kids, your family, you're teaching them what's okay and what's not okay. So, boundaries would be having or knowing what you accept and what you don't accept, right? If you don't have boundaries, you accept everything. If you have boundaries, there's you know who you are, you know what you want, and you know what you accept. I think the first thing you need to do to set healthy boundaries is know who you are and know what you accept. Then you can teach people how to treat you. That's my take. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? That's my take just to open it up. But what do you guys think? I'm here for y'all. Netchi said, excellent take. I'm glad you like that. So you teach them what's cool and you teach them what's not cool. I appreciate you, Strawberry. You know what I'm saying? They'll know after a while, like, hey, he's not cool with that. And it's hard though, Netchi, right? It's hard because we live in a world full of takers. So they're gonna take what you give them. They're gonna take what you give them. Like if you give them everything and they have to give you nothing, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna keep taking. They're gonna keep draining your battery. Hey, Peter, we're talking about boundaries. We're not really on watermelon right now, brother. But watermelon is definitely good. I learned that entirely the long and wrong way, for sure. But you know what's beautiful about that, Nechi? Do you know what's so beautiful about failing, guys? Do you know what's so beautiful about going through hardships? Let me tell you guys. There's something beautiful about it. Now you can learn how to move forward and you could also help others. If no one fails or has a mishap or a misstep, or I don't even want to call it failing. I want to call it a lesson. If no one gets a hard lesson, no one's learning, no one's teaching, no one's helping others. So I feel like you can use your negative situations or things that affected you negatively, you can turn it by learning and turning it into a positive one. Help others not follow that same situation. Help yourself to realize the cues that you got that you ignored. Help others to come back and see that there's light at the end of the tunnel. So let your losses or your L's turn to lessons. Don't take the loss, take the lesson. L's are not losses, they're lessons. Let's go. I heard a saying that stop letting people treat you like a cigarette. That's right. That's true. That's true, Areo. Smoke you, put you on the ground, and you ever notice the cigarette is only valuable when they can smoke it. Once all the smoke is gone, they put it on the ground and they smash it. Don't be nobody's cigarette, man. Anybody else got any takes on that conversation about healthy boundaries? You got to set them. I think of boundaries. Some water went down the wrong pipe. I think of boundaries a lot like when you're driving in the road. Driving in the road. Where else do you drive, right? You're driving on the highway and you see those big barricades in the middle separating the lanes. Sometimes they have like bright colors so you can see them. Sometimes it's a bright orange or a bright yellow or lime green. Whenever you see those boundaries, hey, I can't just run into that side of the road. There's a barricade there. There's a boundary there. You feel me? I think that's how we should be when we set healthy boundaries. We should have some little barricades. We should have some things set up where people know that they can't hit those things. Nate SoFlow, what's up? You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense, Netchi? Another thing too, guys. This is one thing you got to realize too. Nobody owns you. Can y'all write that? Write that in the chat for me. I want everybody in here. Write that in the chat. Nobody owns me. Write that in the chat, y'all. I want to see everybody in the chat write that. Nobody owns me. Can I see that? Nobody owns me. I want to see it. Nobody owns me. Nobody owns me. Can I see that? Write that in the chat. Peter, John Peter, write that in the chat. Nobody owns me. Okay, Kay. Sounds good, Kay. Nobody owns me. Let's go. Keep writing it. Keep writing it. Come on. There's something that's happening as you write it. I promise you. Keep writing it. Keep writing it. Nobody owns me. That's right. Keep writing. We charging up in here, y'all. Let's charge up. Nobody owns me. Yes. Yes. Nobody owns me. Come on. You see that? Nobody owns me. That's right. How does that make you feel when you write that? Nobody owns me. How does that feel? How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? I know how it makes me feel. But how does that make you feel? There you go, Arayo. So now you can be free. Nate says strong. That's right. I can be free. Come on, man. Listen. Oh my gosh. Free. That's right, Nechi. That's right, Mosey. Free. Because nobody owns me. When nobody owns me, I don't owe anybody. Liberating, uplifted. Look at the words coming through the screen, y'all. Y'all see what's happening here? Y'all see the transformation of the minds of the people? Let's go. Liberating. It uplifted me. Free. Come on, man. How can you get to a place where you're free if you think somebody owns you? Nobody owns you. Isn't that beautiful? Your job doesn't own you. Your friends, your family, they don't own you. You have the freedom to be a whole person. And it's not contingent upon what somebody else is doing because they don't own you. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, man. Nobody owns you. That's right. That's right, y'all. We feel liberated. We feel free. We feel uplifted, strong. Isn't that something? You good, John Peter. It's all good. It's like awakening inside. Listen, man, I love hearing that kind of stuff. See, I know my job. I know my job. When you know your job, you focus on doing it and it makes you feel liberated because nobody owns you. Nobody owns you. Nobody. And I mean nobody owns you. Awakening the inside. The things you tell yourself over and over, those are the things that you believe. So if you tell yourself that no one owns you, that's right, goosebumps. Okay, Nate Soulflow, no problem. You came in at the right time, man. You have a blessed day too, man. Yeah, listen, I want y'all to do that all week this week. I want y'all to do that all week this week, man. Listen, as you guys are praying, meditating, I want y'all to do that all week this week. I want you to tell yourself, nobody owns me. I want y'all to tell yourself that all week. And make sure y'all come back and tell me how it made you feel, man. Nobody owns me. That's how you set boundaries. When you realize that the people that keep encroaching on your boundaries, they don't own you, bro or ma'am. They don't own you. They're only treating you the best way that they know how. And you don't have to accept it because they don't own you. Hey, Dor, Kunal, it's my pleasure, man. I know my job. And I'm just focused on doing it, man. Arayo says thanks. Doris says thanks. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. It is my pleasure, man. Yeah. Nechi, nobody owns you. Kunal, nobody owns you. Areo, nobody owns you. Aunt Mosey, nobody owns you. Strawberry, nobody owns you. Nobody owns y'all. John Peter, nobody owns you, bro. So now you can be free. You can be free. That's where freedom starts, man. When you know that nobody owns you, that you were made by the Creator, and you only owe to the Creator. You don't owe a person. Raul, what's up? Black Pink, I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? We just having a good positive stream, just talking about how to charge up for the day, man. Yeah, that's right. Nobody owns you, man. That's right. Let's go, let's grow. That's right. And actually, listen, that is the focal point, is realizing that nobody owns you. You set those boundaries, you're going to be able to protect your heart, guard your heart. The good book says, guard your heart, for everything flows from it, y'all. Y'all hear that? Guard your heart, because everything you do flows from your heart. So you got to guard your heart. You owe it to you. Nobody owns you, man. Dr. Gizmo. John Peter, I agree. But guard your heart, for everything that you do flows from it. You hear that, Nechi? You hear that, Ant? Guard your heart, because everything that you do flows from it. Let's go. Everything. It all flows from it, y'all. I'm glad that you're doing well. I'm not doing bad either. I hit my day kind of thing. Wanted to quickly see how everyone's doing. That's what's up, Blackpink. Are you new here, bro? I don't remember seeing you, bro. Um, but I hope you're doing well. Did you change your name? Eva Watson, right? Nobody owns you. Listen, I want you guys to practice that all week long. After you wake up in the morning and you tell yourself, let's go, let's grow. Okay, Eva, I'll see you next live, Eva. After you tell yourself, let's go, let's grow, I want you to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that nobody owns me. You heard? I'm in the gym right now, brother. Thanks for motivating me. Hey, you got it, bro. You got it, Doors. Cool now. You got it, bro. You got it. Have a good day. You have a good day too, Peter. Dry erase on the mirror. That's right. After you go in the mirror and you look at yourself and you tell yourself, let's go, let's grow, you get closer and you say, nobody owns me. That's what you do. Yeah, I used to come into your channel. My name on here before was Zoe. Okay, welcome back, Zoe. Welcome back, Zoe. Good to have you back, bro. By the way, Zoe, we changed from the winner circle to the grow gang. Welcome back to the grow gang. Next live, Doors. Let's get it, Eva Watson. Listen, tell yourself, let's go, let's grow, and tell yourself, let's go, let's grow, and tell yourself, nobody owns you. And guess what? You're going to feel good, you're going to think good, and you're going to move forward, and the light of God will be on you. Let's go. Listen, we just hit 3 hours on live stream. I haven't did it in a couple of days, so I said, let me do a long one today. But we just hit 3 days or 3 hours, 3 days, 3 hours. So listen, y'all do that. I want y'all to do that. Let's go. Let's grow. and nobody owns me. That's going to be the talk for this week. Nobody owns me. And I want you guys to come back to the live stream. Let me know how it's going for you. Let me know how the boundaries are going so that we can keep going and we can keep growing. Mm. I love y'all, man. Grow gang. I see y'all on the next stream. For those that have Discord, I'll see you on Discord, of course, family. Keep going, keep growing. I love y'all. I see you on the next one. Salute. W stream, that's right.